All right, welcome everybody to the client support webinar for all our active clients. And today is March 20th, 2024. Great to have you here. And we got a great turnout, so really excellent. All right, before I get going, Jean, I know you're here. Do you want to say anything to the group?
Well, hello, yummy. Well, actually, hello, client support people. I hope everybody's doing great. Wanted to just let everybody know that today's session that Bennett did for the market review was amazing. So it's on YouTube, so you might want to check that out on our YouTube channel, and I'll post the link in a minute. He covered the Dow Jones Industrial Average, Elliott Wave, etc., real estate, Bitcoin, silver, gold, and crude oil. But I mean, he really goes into great depth on all the details that you need to know in terms of trading those markets. The other thing I wanted to mention is don't miss Stock Analysis Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, again on YouTube. Come join us, bring your picks, and actually you'll end up leaving with a number of great picks because everybody, even Al, you're here, I see you here. Al and all the gang bring awesome picks. So you have something to you almost have your own pick service. So so there you have it, and back to you, Ben.
All right, thanks, Jean. Jean's always my biggest fan, right? All right, so let me go through the administrational items and then we'll get cooking. We're gonna have some fun this morning here. All right, first thing, of course, are the risks involved in trading. Know the risks. There are many different types of risks in the market. Basically, you want to trade with risk capital. You want to calculate your risk on each and every trade. I think we're pretty good on that, and I think you got that pretty down by now. I have the risk to reward calculator that helps you with all that stuff, and so it makes it very simple. Also, too, just check with your financial advisor to be sure anything that we suggest here as opportunities or forecasts or whatever are suitable for you, as I don't know your personal situation, and they certainly should. Nothing is guaranteed in the markets. We work in a realm of probabilities. So even with a proven trading system, we're not always right. And that's where you got to protect your downside. I got a couple books on that. I think most everybody here, since you're my clients here, I'm not doing a general webinar, so to speak. You kind of know my material by now. You have the money management books. If not, and you're new here, that's a great place to start. I've got my new book, The Art of Trading. You can pre-order that. That is going to be out this year. Okay, we're finishing it up. Deadline's on May 31st, and they'll have it out probably by the end of the summer. So that's going to be an excellent book, 450 pages. I think one of the best books I've written. And then if you want to learn about the Elliott Wave, I have the book also available that was published by McGraw-Hill, great company to work for as well. And it's a really, really good book. So I got a lot of good material out there, including software, of which many of you have. And if you can buy our software as a bundle, but you can also get it a la carte, so to speak. So that's another way in which, if you have some software you want to add on to it, just go to the website. You can add on at any time. All right, couple of questions here for you. First one is, who is using TradeStation? This is TradeStation. So let me know who's using TradeStation. And let me know who is using Ninja. Okay, so if you're using TradeStation, just put down TradeStation. All right, quite a few. Okay, good. And you can do that in the questions area, questions window there. All right, so good. And how about Ninja? Who's using Ninja out there? Okay, who's using Ninja? Let's see what we got for Ninja. All right, a lot of people using Ninja. All right, now just a little update. Those of you using Ninja, a lot of people, were using Thinkorswim and had a TD Ameritrade account. TD Ameritrade merged with Schwab, and that created a whole bunch of fun problems because they didn't really have their act together in terms of providing data to Ninja traders. So that's kind of where it's at now. So Ninja Trader is working with now Schwab on the new mapping for the data, but they haven't gotten it yet. I think they're thinking sometime this summer. So that may be something you're experiencing. Apparently, they've been releasing their data upgrades in different series, so to speak. So some people still may be able to be logged in with their old TD Ameritrade account. Others, they've switched over and the data is not working. So I posted in the forum. If you're not a member of the forum, please join because it's free and it's right inside the VIP client portal. That's that portal where we give you a link and you log in, with your username and password. All the courses are in there, software downloads in there, but there's also a forum. So go in there because I post in the forum anything I hear in terms of importance regarding this TD Ameritrade Schwab situation, and I get feedback from our clients on things that are going on with that, as well as any software updates. If we come out with a software update, we'll post it in there too. So if you are in the forum and you joined as a free member, which is great, just make sure your email is there, because if you give the forum the email, anytime somebody posts something, it will update. And so if you have a posting yourself that you want to put in or a question, you can go there. There's different categories in which you can, ask questions. So that's a great way of doing it. And of course, also you can send a ticket in to our support area for any questions that you have as well on any of the materials. So, the software works on NinjaTrader, TradeStation, eSignal, MultiTrader 4 and 5, and there's no problems with it at all that I know of. So if you have a problem, bring it here so we can certainly discuss it. So let me ask you right now, anybody have any issues with any of the problems? Any issues or problems? Okay, let's go ahead and sort that out. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and turn the webcam off and go full screen here. So that should help you see the charts better. I want to talk a little bit about orders today. All right, now orders, every platform usually, we're going to be using a simulator, okay? So I'm just going to run this over here and give you a little, see, I just want to show you what the simulator looks like. So I'm going to bring that up here. So whether you're using TradeStation or most of the major platforms, there is a simulator account. And this is a great place for you to go to learn how to place orders in the market. And there's not real money here, obviously, because it's a simulator, but this is where you get the mechanics and the science sorted out. So when you do trade with real money, you're not, behind the 8 ball, so to speak. You kind of understand what's going on, you understand what the orders are, and you can learn in the simulated environment. So for example, let's just say here, we wanted to go long on the MES. Now I'm using NinjaTrader, but this is very similar, okay? There's different types of orders you could enter to go long here. And you could enter a market order, a limit order, and then once the order's in, you can put in a stop limit market or a stop order. So you need to know those orders in order to efficiently get in. All right, so let's say you're on NinjaTrader, but again, if you're on TradeStation, they have the simulator there too. The first thing you want to do in Ninja is open up, at least on one chart, an order entry, quick order entry system. And you can do that by going to the icon up here. So there's a little icon here, okay, that you can go to. And so if you click on that, what it does is it brings up a menu here, and it's a chart trader. And so you put chart trader right there, okay? And that way it's on the right-hand side of whatever chart you want to put that on. You can put them on all three if you want. Like I have the 60-minute, the daily here, but I find one is all I need to do. Now, there are some limited order situations here. You can buy the market, sell the market, and do that type of thing. You can't really do a limit order here, okay? So you've got to kind of realize that off the bat. If you want to do a limit order, you got to go to the NinjaTrader control panel, come to new, and pick the brand new, well, pick the order entry system, okay? What's called an order ticket, okay? It's the fourth one down. So you bring up an order ticket. Now that brings up an order ticket here, okay? And if we go to the MCL or MES contract, all right, you'll see it right there, all right? So that's kind of the order ticket. Now you have you have different order types. You have a limit, market, all right, stop, limit, and stop market. Those are the ones I use most of all. And this is where you could put a limit order in for it to fill at a certain price when it reaches that price, okay? Same thing with market order. You could put a market order in there as well. I'm gonna move this off right here. So let's just say you wanted to go long this chart, all right? And let's say we did our trade size and we wanna go, let's say, 30 contracts long on the S&P right here, okay? This is an example, all right? We have a green PTF, but it's probably gonna pull back a little bit at some point. So I can go and buy the market here by punching this button here. All right, I could sell the market if I wanted to as well. Or I could bring up the order ticket and put the 30 contracts here, put a market order, and then just buy it. So there's two ways I could do that, through the ticket or through the easy order entry. So if I bought the market here, all right, 30 contracts, it's gonna give me a little box that says confirm. Now, if I click this box here, all right, it will never come up again to confirm, it'll just do it. I like to confirm, just make sure I'm, doing what I wanna do, right? So I click good, and there's the order, okay, it's filled. Now, again, this is a simulator, but if you had real money, you would do it right away. Now, I wanna go up to the top here and take a look at the control panel. And this is, again, if you're using whatever platform, if they have a simulator, they're gonna have the same representation of information. So basically it's showing my position, all right? I haven't got stopped out of anything, so I don't have any gross P&L yet. Realized P&L, unrealized. So this is the open position. So we're down $91.50, and this will fluctuate, okay? And then this is the account value over here. Now this total, let me just erase this. This total here, all right, will represent closed and open trades, okay? This is just obviously your open trade, and this is your closed, okay? And this will be your gross close. So this number usually is the same as this one, okay? So that's how that works. So in a glance, you can tell how you're doing at any given point on your open, and also look at your closed trades by looking at the control panel. What I usually do, since I also have the scanners open, is I usually, when I'm day trading, is move that scanner over enough so I have access to the different markets I want to highlight really quickly here, because I have my scanner synced with my charts. So if I want to look at the M&Q, I'll just hit the M&Q, okay? All right, now let's say we want to go long the M&Q. Let's say we want to go long here 40 contracts, all right? So now I'm going to buy the market. I'm not going to do a limit because I just want to buy the market here. And there's my 40 contracts. Now, what do I need to do as an active trader? What do I need to do right now in these two markets? Anybody? What have I not done? What have I not done? Jim, what have I not done? Lewis, what have I not done? Al, what do you think? Anybody? Terry? I haven't put the stops in, right? Need to put the stops in. All right, so as a day trader, an active trader, okay, that's correct. So you got to put the stops in. So let's just say I'm going to put my stop under this price level here. All right, so what I do is I put my pointer on the price bar. I'm going to bring over the data window for a moment. All right, so I put my price bar, my mouse over the price bar, and if I want to just make that sure I got it right, you do that. And what's the low there? All right, so the low is roughly 1822.53.25. Now, if you're going to put the stop in with a ticket, you're gonna have to write that number down, okay? But here's a little trick that makes it a lot easier. So I'm gonna move that off. If you place your mouse under the level you wanna put your stop, right click, go up here. I can say sell stop market at 40 at 18,250. So what that means is that when we hit that price, it will get me out at a market order, all right? So I don't have to write the number down, but I can adjust it. Now watch. So I'm going to put that there, and there's my stop. Now, it's not exactly what I had before, but let's move it up and put it pretty much where I want to put that, one tick under there. So now I've got my stop in, right? Now, let's say I buy more. Let's say I buy another 10. Let's buy another 10. Okay, so I buy 10 more contracts. Okay, now I've got 50 long, but only a stop for 40. So what do I need to do? Do I need to erase this? You could, but a lot easier way to do it is click on that and go up to 45, 750. There it is, and click the check mark. And now my stop has the correct number of contracts. And you can do this with stocks and so forth. All right, let's run back and make sure our stop is set on the E-mini, because I think we need to do that, right? So we want to have our stop set here. And what we do here is go to a stop limit. Just make sure your mouse, when you right click, your mouse has got to be in the general area of where you want your stop. If you put your mouse here and right click, then your stop is going to be right near your entry, and you'll probably get stopped out. So make sure it's at the area you want it at before you click it. That's really important, obviously. So right click it, and again, I'm going to use a stop market because that's the way I want to work at this. And then I'm going to massage this up under the price bar. Now, doing it that way, again, eliminates me having to write down the low of the price bar, bring up the order ticket. It's just a quicker way to set your stop, especially when you're day trading. Okay, so that's a little tip. All right, so now I'm protected. I can go to the bathroom, I can go have lunch, I can do whatever I want. All right, so our positions are not doing too good, are they? They're down 643, so we'll watch that. But let me ask you a question. Is the trade a failure now? Is the trade a failure? The answer is no, okay? And the reason it is not is because technically this trade is an open active trade until we're what? Stopped out. This number is going to fluctuate all over the place. And it is usually what gives traders, especially if they're new, a problem, because their emotions are constantly changing to whether the unrealized profit is on the plus side or the negative side, okay? Always changing, okay? You don't want to do that. Don't get down on yourself. Don't get elated. Don't do anything, okay? And then analyze the trade when you closed it out. In the meantime, the market's going to move all over the place. Don't get sucked in to that movement and do something that you hadn't planned on doing, because technically, if our stop is here, this thing could pull all the way back and take off. And we've seen that, right? So you calculate your trade size. We didn't do that here, but this is an example. It's more about placing orders. But calculate your trade size, and then even if you get stopped out, you're not going to lose any more than the appropriate percentage you want to lose, right? And that's usually no more than 2%. But you can see how the price goes quite a bit, especially when you have a large trade size. Now, this is where simulated trading is really valuable, because if you're just starting out and you take your trading seriously, your simulated trading seriously, you can feel what your comfort level is on your position size. So if these numbers are freaking you out, then your position side, you're not quite, you don't have the trader's mindset where it doesn't bother you, then you're probably trading too much, okay, too high a trade size. Back it off to where you're comfortable. But again, the simulator is a great place to hone the science, not only of your analysis, but how the mechanics of your charting platform works. That's really important, okay? Now, let's just take a look at the control panel here again. Notice that I have my market analyzer spread out to where it stops right here at the position, because I want to see how many contracts I have. All right, I haven't gotten stopped out of anything, but this is my unrealized profit, right? Bouncing all over the place, okay? So when you're trading something like the Elliott wave, or you're trading PTFs, or you're trading fibs, all right, you're not really going to, you're going to have to let the trade unwind. And when it unwinds, it means it's going to go down, it's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going up. Some people that have a hard time with that become really short-term bar scalpers, meaning they're scalping the price bars. They can't stand the movement back and forth, especially if it goes against them. So you got to determine what you're comfortable with. Everybody has a different style. And of course, if you go to a lower time frame here, okay, then at that particular point, it may be low enough that you can still trade the PTF, the fibs, the Elliott wave, but on a 15-second time frame, everything moves so freaking quickly, right? So that would be something like this. All right, so keep that in mind. The lower the time frame, provided there's good liquidity, all right, if you kind of, have a hard time with it, it will force you to almost scalp, but scalp in such a way that you're still using the same techniques as you would on longer time frames, if that makes sense. All right. All right, so back up to the control panel here. Now, there's another thing to know about here, and it's called positions. It's a little tab over here. I've got it on accounts, but we're going to click on this little tab called positions. And again, in TradeStation, you're going to have something similar to that. So the neat thing about this is that I'm going to move it back on my market analyzer a little back. The neat thing about this is when I have multiple positions on, okay, it will list the instruments, the long or short trade, the quantity, the average price, and the current open, that's open P&L. Okay, so this is your positions. Now, when you close a position, and we'll do that in a little bit, when you close a position, it will remove it from your positions, okay, and put it into the realized gain area. Okay, now the other thing too, if you want to check your orders, you can go to the order tab right here, and it lists basically the orders that you placed. Okay, and then if you want to check what's actually got executed or filled, you have this area here. So the control panel is where you go for your statistics on your trade. Look at it that way, okay? And I would recommend if you have obviously more than one trade open, go to positions, because then you get to see which trade is working well and which isn't, okay? So our M&Q trade is not performing as well as the MES trade, so it's pulling back. Now, from a technical standpoint on this trade, we have a red PTF here and a green one here. So I really wouldn't have taken this trade, but this is an example, okay? When these are opposite like that, you probably should not trade, okay, until they change in an agreement. But anyway, that's what that's looking like, okay? Overall, I think we probably will go up, but we may go down a little further first. I'll have to see how this plays out. But any questions on the actual trades, okay? All right, let's for fun close this trade out, all right? There's certain ways you could do it, okay? I could just go up here, get rid of this stop. I could get rid of this stop and hit sell market, right? Or, I could just move the stop up under each price bar, okay? I could put it here. I could put it here. Let's put it here. Well, let's not. Let's put it there like that because I want to show you something else. All right, so let's just keep it down there for a moment. Let's say my target on this, and this is just an example. This is not me doing any analysis. Let's just say my target is 18,290, right around there, okay? So what I would do for that is put a limit order, okay? So this is a long position, so I'm going to sell a limit order. I'll put it up at this high. So very similar how we set the stops. You go sell limit, okay? And it's way up here. Guess what? Now I'm just going to slide it down and let's put it right there, okay, and see if we get filled. So now I've got a sell limit order, all right, and I also have a stop order in at the same time. All right, hasn't gotten hit yet. Look at that. Has not gotten hit yet. Let's say I want to do this. Let's say, okay, I'm going to really tighten my position up here. So you see, you can easily slide and move these order bars anywhere you want. And when you're day trading, it's very quick to do that, okay? Very quick. All right, so I'm gonna leave that for a minute. All right, we may get stopped at a loss. We'll see. All right, let's go to the MES market and see how we're doing there. All right, so let's say I want to put a limited order in here. So I'll put one in here maybe. Okay, sell limit. And as long as my mouse is above the prices, I can then move it down to where I want. And let's just say I want it right there. And let's just move this up here. So now I'm bracketing that market. Okay, I've not closed this trade yet. So we don't know if we have a profit yet, do we? Okay, it's still open, bouncing all around. But I'm managing the trade by putting these different stops in. Let's do this now. Let's say, okay. You know, I don't know if I want to get out of everything here. Let's put another stop in. All right, so let's put a sell stop market way down here and then adjust it. So I'm going to say, all right, I'll sell 5 here. And then I'll leave 5 down here because I want to still stay with it in case I get stopped out. All right, so there I have that. So now I got 5 here and 5 here. So you can set multiple stops for scaling out, right? We still, you know, both these positions are still open positions. All right, we'll probably get hit maybe in a minute with our sell limit. All right, maybe not, we'll see. All right, right up there. It's at the door, right? We'll see what happens. All right, so let's see if we can move our stop now up here for 5 and take profits quickly there. And maybe we'll move the other 5 here. Now, what I might want to do is adjust this. Let's make this 8 contracts and make this 2. Now, why would I do that? Well, just from a management standpoint, if I want to ensure a profitable trade and take out 8 at a profit here, and then I'm going to give 2 back here, I probably would end up with a profitable trade on that, right? So that's where, you know, that's kind of the art of trading on how you want to manage a trade. It's kind of cool, right? All right, you could do the same thing on the other position we have open too. So it all depends on how you want to play it. So I'm going to leave this here a moment. Let's go to the M and Q. Okay, so we got fill there, okay? Let me just go back. M and Q, okay. So we had 10 contracts, right? So we got filled on that. So now I got to change this stop to 40 because I have to have the same number of contracts there, right? Let's just say, you know what? I want to get out at a profit at this. I'm not saying that this is not the way I would trade, but this is an example. So I'm going to move all 40 up there. All right. That way I've guaranteed it. Okay. I'm out. Okay. So now notice the position on the control panel is just showing the MES trade, right? Because the other one got stopped out. Now let's go over to accounts and let's see how it's populated. So I've closed out of the M&Q trade and made $95.50, right? I have an open position with an unrealized profit of 171. All right, notice that the realized and gross realized are the same right now, okay? And they usually are. I don't know really why they put 2, but okay. If you have commissions, I guess it would be different, okay? So total P&L 304 because the open position is 208. So when you take 208 and add it to your realized, you get this, the total P&L, okay? This plus this equals this, okay? Or a better way to do it would be this plus this equals this, okay? That type of thing. All right, now let's go back to our MES position and see what's cooking on that. All right, so this one's moving up kind of nicely, and that's cool. So I think I'll move my 8 up here. All right, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, so I got 22 contracts. Filled a few, right? Now what do I have to do with this? Better put this at 22, right? So you can play around with this as much as you want. And this is kind of the fun part of trading because it allows you to use your style, so to speak. I enjoy messing with these things in order to work out the kind of trade I want. Now, again, this is a red PTF, this is a green, this is, not the ideal setup, but for an example today, I wanted you to take a look at this. All right, so on this here, let's just say, boy, we're right back at the starting position. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell, let's just sell 12. Let's get out of here. All right, so I'm going to just put a market on it, 10 for 12. Sell. Okay, now I got to, guess what? I got to adjust this, right? If I move this back down to 10, but it's very quick and efficient. All right, so now I've got out of that with that and that and that. I'm going to move this up really tight so we can try to get, we got 201, unrealized gain of 25 bucks. So chances are we'll give back 50 bucks. So the day will probably be profitable no matter what with our current stop set where they are. Okay, so you can make it kind of fun, all right, depending on how you want to do it. But the point and click stop loss placement is kind of a fun thing to do because it's easy. You can adjust everything really easily. All right, let's go back to the M&Q for just a minute. All right, we don't have any open orders here. Okay, so we're done here. All right. And one more thing, see how I have no plots on the M&Q? Let's go down to the M&Q, go to data series, come down here and change this setting from do not plot to plot. Text and marker, apply that, and you'll see the trades on the center chart as well, okay? All right, let's go to the MES. Oh, almost stopped out, okay? All right, so now we're out. Now, notice when we're out, I have a sell limit still there. We got to get rid of that, right? Because if that gets triggered, that's not good. That'll put me in the market, okay, to the short side. So let's get rid of that. Let's X that out. All right, now I have no orders open, okay? And so if we go to orders, all right, there's the orders, there's the executions. If we go to the account, we have no positions, see it? No positions. So we're out of everything. And then again, no positions will be there. So, let's just take a look. So we have no unrealized positions now because we have no open orders, right? We have a total P&L profit of 126, and that equals our closed because those are closed out trades with no opens. All right, so my point with all this is on the platform you have chosen to use the simulator and get really good at stuff like this we just did today. All right, work on your edge, work on your comfortability in order of quickly placing orders and multiple orders and the kind of orders you want. Okay, that's kind of it. Now, let me just see, there's one other thing that's kind of neat. Let's try the DOM here. Let me see if I can get this thing going. Where is it? Okay. Notice here, this is the Super DOM on Ninja. If I want to close a position, I just can hit close. It will just close it right away, okay? I choose the contract and hit close. And it also, whoops, let me bring that back up. It also can reverse a position for me too, okay? So that's kind of another interesting, fun way to quickly enter orders in if you want. I don't use it like a NASDAQ level 2 and try to trade it based on that because that's a whole tough game because you have institutions that will outplay me all the time because they have tons more money than I do, so they can fake me out. But these buttons are kind of cool to do, okay? And they have it here too, okay? You have it right here in the order ticket, close and reverse. So I just want to be aware that it's available in multiple places. All right, so that's kind of what I want to show you today. Just a quick recap on orders and for you guys to play around on your own, have fun with it, and become really good at it. And again, whatever reason you go into the trade, set your stop at a place that will prove the trade as a failure. Yet at the same time, if you have an opportunity to take enough profits to make the trade free and clear, no matter what happens, you can certainly do that as well. Of course, that will cut down your profit because you'll be taking some scaling out positions, but you know, that's the comfort level goes a long way. It's up to you to how you're going to manage the trade, and that I think is the real art of trading. All right, so I think we're good. Let me just see if there's any questions coming in. Glad you liked it. Okay, good, thank you. All right, excellent. All right, good. And again, every platform is a teeny bit different, so you can practice this type of thing on the platform that you're most familiar with. Now, one last thing. All right, let's say I'm done for the day, and this was a simulated trade, so this, you know, is done. So what I can do here is I can go and click on the row where the information is, right click, go to edit account. All right, I can put the account size here, whatever I want, and reset it, and it will take away, let's just put 100,000 up here. So I put 100,000. Let me just hit the font size. Give me a second. All right, let's put 100,000 here. That was a forex size. All right, so 100,000 there. Okay, let's reset it. And notice that now my account value is 100, and all the numbers disappeared. So I'm ready to go again, fresh. Okay, so that gives you just kind of a little overview of how you can use the simulator, and it's a lot of fun. Make it fun and take it seriously. Put a little pressure on yourself. Try to outdo yourself. Now, here again is the button. If I want to take this off the chart, it goes to off. If I want to put the chart trader, it goes on, okay? So it's however you want to have it set up. All right, so that's it for today. All right, so we'll see you back here next Wednesday. This is recorded. This will go on the our YouTube channel, but in the hidden area, so it'll be unlisted. And you can go there through the VIP client portal, okay? We have a direct link that will take you to all the client support videos. All right, so have a great week, and we'll see you back next week. As Gene mentioned here, we've got Stock Analysis Friday on Fridays, so please remember to show up there. It's 8 a.m. Pacific time on YouTube. It's free. It's also on Facebook and LinkedIn. And then also too, same thing with the Wednesday market review. I just did it before this webinar. It's posted already on YouTube, LinkedIn, and my Facebook page, so you can access it there. And I go over Bitcoin in great detail there. So if you're a Bitcoin guy and you want the analysis on that, you can check that out. All right, see you guys next week. Thanks so much.